Hello, back again on the Top Recap channel. This time I will tell a movie's entitled Lights Out. Let's get straight into the storyline. The film opens with Duffy, a man itching for a drink, walking into a bar. Inside, a group of tough guys are engrossed in a poker game. Duffy, drawn by the action and maybe the chance of winning some cash, decides to join them despite being flat broke. Desperate, Duffy pawns his watch for enough money to buy into the game. To his surprise, he starts racking up wins, much to the leader of the tough guys' annoyance. A brawl erupts, but Duffy, surprisingly skilled, takes down the entire crew with ease. Watching the fight from the sidelines was Max, a recently released ex-convict. Impressed by Duffy's fighting prowess, Max approached him the next morning. Duffy, who was wary of strangers, was hesitant at first. However, Max's persistence and the offer of breakfast won him over. Over coffee, Max reveals why he approached Duffy. He saw the bar fight and was blown away by Duffy's fighting skills. Max proposes a partnership. Duffy uses his combat abilities to win underground fights, and they split the profits. Duffy, initially skeptical, is intrigued by Max's proposition, especially since Max seems genuine about the offer. Max takes Duffy to a shady location where a hand-to-hand combat club operates. Donald, the man responsible for bringing the fighters together, introduces them to the brutal world of underground brawling. After an initial fight, Donald issues a challenge. Who can defeat his undefeated champion, an enormous giant of a man? Donald recognized Max's intentions and wanted Duffy to fight, but Duffy, hesitant to jump into another brawl, refused. The taunts of the crowd, calling him a coward, finally pushed him over the edge. He accepted the challenge and demolished Donald's champion in seconds. Max quickly collected their winnings from Donald, and with the sound of police sirens approaching, they made a hasty escape. Max, seeing Duffy's lack of lodging, offered him a place to stay at his sister's house. He even shared some of the fight money. Upon arrival, they find Max's sister, Rachel, chasing away her unruly boyfriend. Duffy ends up getting into another fight, this time with Rachel's ex. We learn that Rachel is a single mom with one daughter. The next day, Max meets a powerful mob boss named Parker, who owes him a lot of money. Parker threatened to increase the debt if it was not repaid within a week. Seeing an opportunity, Max proposed to settle the debt with Duffy's fighting skills. Parker, who had an invincible fighter, immediately agreed.
Well, you could always pick.
Meanwhile, Duffy surprised Rachel and her daughter with his helpfulness, cleaning the house in their absence. They were grateful for his initiative. Back at home, after dinner, Max pulls Duffy aside for a private conversation. He reveals his huge mafia debt and the urgency to pay it off. He pleads with Duffy to fight again, this time to pay off the debt. Since Max had previously helped him, Duffy finally agreed to help. The scene switches to Parker interrogating someone named Riggs, who turns out to be Rachel's ex-boyfriend. We learn that Riggs is one of Parker's men who stole money from the organization. To complicate matters further, a corrupt police chief named Lynx enters the scene. Lynx grills Riggs about the stolen money. It turns out Riggs stashed it all at his girlfriend's place. Without hesitation, Lynx eliminates Riggs to keep him quiet. She then tasks Parker with finding the girlfriend's identity. The next night, Max and Duffy went to an underground fight club. A women's match was in progress, which attracted the attention of Lynx, who was watching. When it was Duffy's turn, Donald, the fight boss, warned his opponent not to underestimate Duffy. True to her word, Duffy knocked out his opponent in seconds. As they were about to leave, Parker stopped him. He proposed another fight, this time against his toughest opponent, Ford. Max, wary of Ford's reputation, initially declined because their debt had already been paid. Parker sweetened his offer, however, by doubling his fee if Duffy won. Duffy bargained, demanding 5 times the amount. Parker agreed. The fight was brutal. Ford, who was undefeated, gave Duffy a chance to go after him, but Duffy channeled his past experience in Afghanistan, finding hidden reserves of aggression. In the end, he came out victorious. Back home, Duffy and Max celebrate their newfound wealth. Max expresses his gratitude, knowing that he would be in debt without Duffy. The next day, Parker informs Lynx that he's located Riggs' girlfriend. Lynx and her corrupt crew descend upon Rachel's house, posing as investigators searching for Riggs. Rachel truthfully claims they've been broken up for a while and has no idea where he is. Undeterred, Lynx claims they're looking for stolen money and ransack the house. Finding nothing, they leave a chilling warning. Rachel has a week to find the money or face consequences. Later that evening, Max and Duffy return home, only to find the place ransacked by the corrupt police. Rachel explains the police harassment, claiming they searched for money hidden by her ex-boyfriend Riggs. Max suspects Parker's involvement and instructs Rachel and her daughter to stay put. At the same time, he and Duffy confront the mafia boss. Max and Duffy accuse Parker, but he denies responsibility, claiming a powerful group beyond his control is pulling the strings. He reveals Riggs confessed to hiding stolen money at Rachel's, putting them in danger. Parker proposes Max take the fall for the debt. Feeling pressured, Max and Duffy leave. But outside, they unexpectedly bumped into Lynx and her deputy in the car. Max felt overwhelmed, unsure of how to repay Riggs' debt. Back home, Rachel discovers a hidden bag of money, Riggs' stash. The scene switches to Max arranging a high-stakes fight with Donald, hoping to earn enough to pay off the debt. Donald sees a chance for revenge against Duffy and agrees, taking a 30% cut. The fight is arranged for that evening. At the luxurious fight venue, Parker and Lynx gloat, confident of Duffy's defeat. Lynx warns Parker he'll face financial ruin if Duffy wins. However, Parker refuses, saying he has evidence of Lynx's crimes. Finally, the match began.
Tonight!
Duffy faces a corrupt cop in the ring. Donald, who bet heavily on Duffy, urges him to win. Duffy defeats the officer, but the victory turns tragic as the cop dies from a neck injury. Chouse erupts, and Duffy and Donald flee.
Fucking tell him for which way pound feet. Because he's gonna want...
On the way, Max called Rachel, telling her to prepare to leave the city quickly with her daughter. Rachel said the money the police were looking for had been found, but Max insisted they had to leave immediately. As they flee, corrupt police attack. Rachel's daughter is shot. Max calls an ambulance. Duffy advises them to seek help from his old friend Poe. Meanwhile, Donald is ambushed and killed by Lynx's men, who take back the fight money. Meanwhile, Max and Duffy run into Poe, an old army buddy of Duffy's. Duffy reveals they need weapons to fight back against corrupt police that night. Poe assures them he has weapons in his car, and reminds Max that Duffy saved his life in battle. Poe shows them his car filled with weapons, and offers to join the fight. Duffy hesitates, not wanting to put Poe at risk, but Poe insists, citing his debt to Duffy. Duffy, Max, and Poe head to Parker's headquarters to confront the corrupt police. Parker warns them about the corrupt police targeting him too. A shootout erupts as the corrupt police surround the building. Lynx's forces are defeated by Poe, Max, and Duffy. Lynx corners Parker and ruthlessly kills him. She then corners Max, threatening his life to force Duffy's surrender. Duffy gives in, but Max manages to take Lynx down with a surprise shot. In the aftermath, Duffy finds Poe dying and tries to comfort him before he passes away. The next day, Max visits the hospital. Rachel's daughter recovers and gets to go home. Back home, Rachel reads a letter from Duffy thanking her for letting him stay. He mentions the hidden money and tells her to use it wisely. The letter ends with Duffy promising to return and marry Rachel. And the movie is over. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, and comment.